you. Hi, how are you? I thought Kangana was going to be on stage with me. No? Do you want to come? No. Okay, all right. So the question that I've been asked is, what is the future of what? Okay. So the question I've been asked is, what is the future of film? Um, See, I'm not a filmmaker. I'm a storyteller. Can everybody sit down and be quiet? I've come a long way to talk to you. Okay. Can you keep quiet, please? All right. Thank you. So, I don't think that we are need to confine ourselves to be filmmakers. We're storytellers. Most of the questions that I keep getting asked about filmmaking is, which way is film going? And unfortunately, film is now, till now, being only seen as a theatrical experience. And that's our biggest problem, has been all the time. India only has about 9,000 or 10,000 screens, and they're declining. In comparison, let's say China, where they're adding 15 screens every day. So we have to think away from theatrical releases. We have to find platforms beyond theatrical releases. If we are to encourage new talent, if we are to go into forms of new filmmaking, if we are to experiment, we have to go beyond theater. And now suddenly the opportunities are huge. We have cell phones, right? We have 800 million cell phones in India. Is that a market that filmmakers should be exploiting as against 6,000 screens? We have Amazon here, we have Netflix here, we have a number of platforms. So when I ask, when I get people ask me and they're filming me on their cell phones and they say, "Sir, how do we become a filmmaker?" And I said, "You're filming me, right?" "Yes, sir." "Do you have an editing facility in your phone or your computer?" "Yes, sir." I said, "Then what's the problem? You're a filmmaker. You're shooting, you're editing, you can go home, you can upload it to YouTube, right? So you're a writer, filmmaker, editor, and your own distributor. So what's the problem? What are you looking for?" When I started my first film for Masoom, I had no choice but to take a 35 camera or a 16 camera, get the money, buy the raw stock, and the only way that I could release my film was theatrically. Now you can release your film in any way possible. So I really going to invite some questions from you. Remember that art has always followed the technology of distribution, right from the time that the cavemen wanted to tell stories. So we have these 5,000-year-old caves or 10,000-year-old caves where you realize that the cavemen have taken stone and engraved paintings, one after the other, like a comic book, to tell their stories. When my daughter was a kid, her technology was crayons. As filmmakers, our technology has been cameras and film and now digital. But as technology goes on increasing, then our ways and means of telling stories goes on increasing. And we should not confine ourselves to say, I want to make films theatrically. We should be able to open ourselves to whatever digital platforms, whatever platforms are being offered right now. And the number of platforms and the number of possibilities is going on every day. Right now, I'm making a VR experience, right? Virtual reality. I'm making a virtual reality on Buddha's, at the moment that Buddha was enlightened. Now, is that a film? Is that a story? Or is that virtual reality experience? It's storytelling. I am now adapting to storytelling in the new form that's going to come up, which is now taking the world by storm, which is virtual reality. People, we keep saying our business is increasing. If you look at the number of people that are going to theaters, that's decreasing. We talk about multiplexes. 95% of India cannot afford to go to multiplexes. We used to say film in India is a mass medium. How can it be mass medium if 95% of the films of the audience can't go to see a cinema because it's too expensive? I came I came from America one day. I landed. My driver and my peon came to pick me up, and I was just talking. And my peon said, "Sir, आप सैराट जरूर देखिए. बहुत खूबसूरत फिल्म है, बहुत अच्छी फिल्म है." मैंने कहा, "हाँ, मैं देखूंगा, लेकिन तुम तो थिएटर जाते नहीं हो, तो तुमने कहाँ देख ली?" कहते, "सर, सैरेट पर देखी." Said, "सैरेट, सैराट? What are you talking about?" Then my driver said, "सर, सैराट बहुत अच्छी फिल्म है, आप जरूर देखिए." मैंने कहा आप थिएटर गए? सर नहीं सर, सैरेट पर देखिए। तो सैरेट क्या है? Unless they were saying share it. There's an app called Share It. They've all seen it. And yet the film's done over 100 crores. And yet 90% of them have not gone to the theater to see it. They've seen it on their phones. Those of you that can afford big houses and security have chowkidars, right? Go downstairs in the middle of the night. Here's what your chowkidar is doing. They're watching films on their phones. वो चोर निकल जाएगा, वो फिल्म देखता रहेगा, right? So there is any number. We have to, as storytellers, we have to adapt to every platform, every means that are given to us, and those means are increasing all the time. And it's given you. Which of how many of you want to make a film? Raise your hands. Don't be shy. Come on, don't be shy. How many of you have got the funding to make a film? One, two, out of the 100 or so that said. Oh, you got two hands up. And those that you don't have funding, how much money do you need? You. There is a whole company that we've launched called Zero Budget Filmmaking. It doesn't take money. It doesn't take, it only makes, if you want to be a famous theatrical filmmaker, then you want to be famous. Which comes first? You want to make a film, you want to express your stories, or you want to be famous? I'm hoping that it's you want to make a film, you want to express yourself. There's nothing stopping you. What is stopping you? Do you have a story? You have a cell phone? You have an editing facility? You have YouTube, you can launch it. What's stopping you? I don't get it. I don't get the problem. What is the problem? I wish I had that when I first started making films. I would have made 2,000 films instead of 5 or 6. अब मैं फंस गया. But you have to. It is a vast thing. You just have to understand that the technology of distribution is changing. You have to adapt yourself to it. But more than adapt yourself to it, you have to see it, but not as a challenge. People talk about piracy. More people are watching the film than ever before, and yet theater revenues are going up. Actually, what's happening is that the ticket prices are going up, people are going down. But more people are watching films than ever before. They're watching them on new platforms. And we shouldn't be arrogant enough to say, नहीं जी मैं तो सिर्फ theater में जाऊंगा. We should go out and tell our stories because fundamentally, filmmaking is about visual storytelling. And it doesn't matter how you do it. Okay, I'm going to say the same thing. There is a lot more ideas and things, but if you have any questions, please ask them very quickly because everybody's waiting for Kangana to come up. All right? So any questions? Otherwise, I have to leave because I can see everybody looking there. Right? You're too shy. That's fine. Yes, of course. Um, I've just done a big TV series on William Shakespeare. It's 10 hours. So who says that film, all of it should be in one part? It could be in two parts. And it's cheaper, right? Okay, so wish me luck. And if there are no more questions, I think I've done my 15 minutes. Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
जो आपने कहा स्टोरी टेलिंग इज़ ऑल अबाउट, तो ये सारा तो सिर्फ एक मीडियम है। तो कॉन्सेप्ट में आपको क्या लगता है कि हम सोसाइटी को अहेड ऑफ टाइम लेके जा रहे हैं या उनको कुछ दे रहे हैं जिससे वो लुक अपॉन कर सके कि हाँ दिस माइट बी अ क्राइटेरिया?
देखिए मैंने आर्ट सोसाइटी को फॉलो करता है और आर्ट सोसाइटी को चैलेंज करता है. साइंस शायद सोसाइटी को आगे बढ़ा देता है और टेक्नोलॉजी आगे बढ़ा देता है. लेकिन कभी कभी ऐसी फिल्म है कि प्रॉब्लम ये है. प्रॉब्लम जैसे मैंने बैंडेड क्वीन बनाई, किसने देखी? सबने देखी, ठीक है. बैंडेड क्वीन में प्रॉब्लम स्टेट की कि ये ऐसा है और ऐसा आगे इसको ठीक करना है, इस समस्या को देखना है, ठीक तरह से देखना है, इसको आगे बढ़ाना है और इसकी सोल्यूशंस निकालनी है. बैंडेड क्वीन में आप देखें तो आपके सर सोल्यूशन क्या है? सोल्यूशन तो एक बहुत बड़ी सोसाइटी की सोल्यूशन होती है.
सर सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट, लेकिन आपने मिस्टर इंडिया भी बनाई जो अब शायद कुछ समय में ये पॉसिबल हो पाएगा कि लोग इनविजिबल हो जाए.
वो तो हो चुका है. अभी आप साइंस अगर पढ़ते रहें
डेफिनेटली जी.
तो इस साइंस में अब ऐसा है कि वो लाइट ऐसे लाइट ऐसे करेंगे तो यहाँ से इर्द गिर्द जाकर वहाँ आ जाएगी और आपको ऐसे लगेगा कि मैं हूँ ही नहीं. वो तो पॉसिबल हो गया है, वो जो हमने कहा था, वो जो मिस्टर अशोक कुमार का डायलॉग था, वो सच हो गया। अब तो बहुत साइंटिफिक रिसर्च के बाद मिस्टर इंडिया आप इनविजिबल हो सकते हैं। आप जब मुझसे बात करेंगे अगली बार तो मैं देख नहीं पाऊंगा आपको, मैं कहूँगा ये आवाज़ कहाँ से आ रही है ना? तो वो ये भी हो जाएगा। यार ऐसा होता है कि एक चीज़ जब आप बना चुके हैं ना और इतनी बड़ी हिट हो गई है, तो उसको आप रिपीट करके ना उसको बिगाड़ देंगे। तो कोई और अच्छा डायरेक्टर हो और लोग हों, उनको बनानी चाहिए, क्योंकि मैं तो कर चुका हूँ। तो पार्ट टू अब क्या बनाओगे? हैं? मेरे पास लोग आते रहते हैं, मैं आपको एक बात बताऊं और फिर निकल जाऊंगा यहाँ से। लोग मेरे पास आते हैं, कहते हैं सर मिस्टर इंडिया आप बना दीजिए, देखिए 3 हफ्ते में 250 करोड़ कर लेगी या 300 करोड़ कर लेगी, पूरा पैसा आपको हम 300 करोड़ देते हैं और 300 करोड़ आप 3 हफ्ते में कमा लेंगे। तो मैं कहता हूँ यार देखो, मैंने एक फिल्म बनाई थी जो 30 साल चली। अब आप मुझे कह रहे हैं कि आप ऐसी पिक्चर बनाओ जो 3 हफ्ते चले, मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रही है ना? ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच, थैंक्स फॉर कॉलिंग मी, आई नो इट वाज लास्ट मिनट।